another Saturday, and here we bring you your favorite security and safety tonic on television, Security Watch Africa. My name still remains Patrick Abambu. Every Saturday, like every week, we'll bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. Welcome to the program today. Today we'll be looking on a very important topic, labor strikes and national security. It's very, very important. We'll look at the significance and how it affects national security, the incessant call for strikes in Nigeria and other parts of the world. But that will be after the reports which we'll bring to you. First report will be the report from Shuli Daniels from the Army headquarters, where the Directorate of Nigeria Army Procurement held a seminar. Sit back as we bring you the report.
For clear understanding of the new Central Bank of Nigeria and foreign exchange policy, the Nigerian Army Directorate for Procurement hosted the Army Headquarters 4th Quarter 2023 Procurement Seminar with the theme, Implication of the new Central Bank of Nigeria and foreign exchange policy on international trade, Challenges for the Nigerian Army. While declaring the seminar open, the Chief of Army Staff, General Taoreed Abiodun Lagbaja, called for critical understanding of government policies for successful attainment of Nigerian Army constitutional mandate.
The importance of an efficient procurement process to realizing my command philosophy to transform the Nigerian Army into a well-trained, equipped, and highly motivated force towards achieving our constitutional responsibilities within a joint environment can thus not be overemphasized. This underscores how strategic the Directorate of Procurement is in driving my command philosophy. Equally crucial to the success of my command philosophy are government policies, particularly those with direct bearing on our procurement and acquisition programs.
General Lagbaja spoke on the relevance of military logistics in contemporary security space.
Nigeria's contemporary security space has contributed to deepening the relevance of military logistics contractors in the Nigerian Army's sustenance plan. For instance, the escalation of counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency operations in the Northeast in 2015 and its resultant enormous logistics requirement has increased the Nigerian Army's reliance on its private military logistics and business entities more than ever before.
The Army Chief appreciated President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his tireless support and expressed gratitude to the Minister of Defense, Office of the National Security Advisor, Central Bank of Nigeria, Bureau of Public Procurement, and other stakeholders for their support.
I must appreciate the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. The Nigerian Army has continued to enjoy the unceasing support of Mr. President, who has provided the means for us to procure necessary equipment and logistics and execute administrative projects to enhance our posture towards performing our constitutional roles. I also thank the Honorable Minister of Defense for his untiring support through the Nigerian Army procurement process. I appreciate the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Bureau of Public Procurement, the Office of the National Security Advisor, and all our partners for tirelessly supporting and facilitating our requests amidst competing demands.
In his welcome speech, the Director of Procurement Nigerian Army, Major General Adeyinka Adereti, emphasized that public procurement and foreign exchange policies and regulations continued to be the guiding compass for the award of contracts and procurement of platforms in the Nigerian Army.
The public procurement and foreign exchange policies and regulations continue to be the guiding compass for the award of contracts. Such contracts include the procurement of platforms and the construction of infrastructures which will enhance Nigerian Army operations and improve the Army's posture to perform its constitutional roles. To this end, the Nigerian Army, under the direction of the Chief of Army Staff, provides operational contract support to enhance effective delivery and completion of contracts awarded. These efforts have improved the Nigerian Army's equipment holding and infrastructure in line with the Chief of Army Staff's command philosophy, which is to transform the Nigerian Army into a well-trained, equipped and highly motivated force towards achieving our constitutional responsibilities within a joint environment.
Shirley Daniels, reporting for Security Watch Africa.
Yeah, welcome back. Yes, let's quickly take you to another roundtable meeting that took place just 2 days ago in Abuja. That is a meeting by the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons, where Elizabeth Tanko tells us what happened.
The danger of wide circulation of illicit small arms and light weapons in Africa cannot be overemphasized, and the need for action and participation by all government stakeholders and citizens is very vital. In line with this, the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons, NCCSALW, Office of the National Security Advisor, hosted a roundtable meeting with stakeholders in collaboration with Mines Advisory Groups this Thursday in Abuja. The roundtable meeting with the team, mapping the landscape of small arms and light weapons proliferation in Nigeria, gaps and opportunities, had the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, as the guest of honor. Malam Ribadu, represented by his Special Advisor Special Duties, Ambassador Mohammed Ahmed, called for support and collaboration of all stakeholders in the effort to rid Nigeria of illicit flow of small arms and light weapons.
I urge you, esteemed partners, to lend your support wholeheartedly, whether it is through policy advocacy, resource allocation, or operational collaboration. Your contribution is a lifeline that will empower the center to achieve its mandates.
In his welcome address, the National Coordinator of NCCSALW, Major General Abba Diko, retired, stated the aim of the roundtable meeting.
This meeting today is a testament to the collective resolve of the Nigerian government, international partners, and civil society organizations to confront and overcome the challenges posed by the proliferation of illicit arms within our borders and beyond. In collaboration with the Mines Advisory Group, we aim to elevate the discourse on small arms and light weapons management and control, and to galvanize broad-based support for our ongoing efforts to ensure an illicit arms-free Nigeria.
General Diko also seeks for strengthened collaboration with stakeholders for advocacy and awareness, alongside ongoing capacity building initiatives at various levels, to ensure they remain at the forefront of small arms and light weapons regulation and practices.
We seek to enhance collaboration with national and international stakeholders to provide a platform for meaningful interaction and to explore opportunities for capacity building and technical assistance. These objectives align with our strategic goal of eradicating the scourge of illicit arms, thereby safeguarding our nation's security and facilitating the socio-economic development that our people rightly deserve.
The Regional Programs Manager, Gulf of Guinea, for Mines Advisory Group, Laurie Durrell, said the event represented a significant step in their collective commitment to addressing a matter of great importance in Nigeria, and wished the outcome from the meeting will be able to help in highlighting the gaps and opportunities to take into consideration to improve small arms and light weapons control in Nigeria.
I wish that as an outcome of this discussion, we would be able to better highlight the gaps and opportunities to take into consideration in order to improve SALW's control in Nigeria and therefore contribute to broader human security in the country and more broadly.
Elizabeth Tanko, reporting for Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Yeah, welcome back. We'll take you quickly again, still with the military and the defense, to the defense headquarters, where Shirley Daniels again tells us what the Nigerian Armed Forces have been doing in the last 3 weeks. Sit back.
The ongoing onslaught against terrorists, insurgents, bandits, kidnappers, secessionists, and other violent criminals by the armed forces of Nigeria have continued to yield credible results within the last 2 weeks. While briefing the media on the various operations, the Director, Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, disclosed that the troops eliminated 113 terrorists.
Our operations in the last 1 week resulted in 113 neutralized terrorists, with 300 of them arrested. Troops arrested 25 perpetrators of oil theft and rescued 91 kidnapped hostages. In the South-South, troops denied the oil theft of an estimated sum of over 570 million naira. Furthermore, troops recovered 129 assorted weapons and 717 assorted ammunition. Troops of Operation Hardin K, while conducting fighting patrols, arrested terrorists, logisticians in Kukawa, Damboa, Mungunu, and Konduga local government areas of Borno State. Troops conducted fighting patrols and recovered arms in Abadam and Gujba local government areas of Borno and Yobe State, respectively. Meanwhile, troops' onslaught forced terrorists to surrender in Gubiu, local government area of Borno State.
Shirley Daniels, reporting for Security Watch Africa.
Welcome back. If you are joining us, this is your program, Security Watch Africa, only on this channel, African Event Television. We'll bring you this information program. Yes, let's go to the last report we have for today before we go into the discussion. That is from the Federal Capital Territory Police Command of the Nigeria Police Force. Sit back as Obianuju Ape brings us a report.
Of the Joint Task Force Operation Safe FCT by the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Chief Nyesom Wike, the head of security agency in the Federal Capital Territory, led by the Commissioner of Police, CP Haruna Gauba, briefed the media on the successes recorded by Operation Safe FCT in the last 2 weeks. In the period under review, CP Gauba disclosed that 135 suspects were arrested at various black spots.
The Joint Task Force, comprising of the Nigerian Police Force, the military, the DSS, and the NSCDC, carry out coordinated raids of criminal hideouts, shanties, uncomputed buildings that are scattered all over the FCT. And of course, clearance operations in the bushes and forests at the borders of the FCT. In the course of the operation, the Joint Patrol team recorded huge successes with the arrest of 135 suspects at various locations and then criminal hideouts, which are located at Kwali, Dusagaji, Mpape, Karu, AYA, Nyanya, Karimo, Karshi, Kuje, Airport Road, Begaranabat, Jabi, Oronzo, Maraba, etc.
Physically on parade were 39 suspects who are undergoing interrogation for various crimes.
The 37 suspects we are parading today have been under interrogation and will soon be charged to court at the conclusion of the investigation. Out of this number, 8 suspects are suspected to be members of the One Chance syndicate, as knives, handcuffs, swords were recovered from their vehicles.
The Commissioner of Police announced that with the effort of Joint Task Force, the incident of One Chance, armed robbery and adoption have reduced significantly.
I'm happy to inform you that due to the operations of the JTF in the FCT, the incidents of One Chance, armed robbery and abduction have reduced significantly in the last 2 weeks in the FCT.
In recent past, the menace of One Chance and kidnapping have been the major cases troubling residents of the Federal Capital Territory. With this action of the police and sister security services in the FCT, it is expected that residents of FCT will move about without fear of being molested. Obianejo Ape reporting for Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Yes, it's good to mop up these people off our streets so that the law-abiding citizens can move about freely. Yes, let's come straight to our discussion for today, and already have in the studio now I would say is our regular guest, an analyst on the issue concerning security. Today we'll be looking at labor strikes and national security, and here with Chiemeziem Anyadike, a social commentator. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Same here.
All right, welcome back. Yes, in fact, time will not permit us, but some people sent their views about your last appearance, that it was quite informative and elucidating, so that is good. Yes, labor strikes and national security. In fact, there are many things, workers who have grievances have the right to protest, to vent whatever is their grievances. Yeah. But national security, they say, supersedes every other right. In recent times, we have seen this strike resulting to shutting down of national grids, blocking of the public roads, and even shutting down airports and hospitals. What do you say to this?
Well, I took my time to just go through some reports in the media, and there have been 5 documented strikes just this year alone by the NLC. And it begs the question, what exactly do they want? Do they want the nation to shut down? Do they want the country to shut down? Why are they deploying industrial actions over issues that could be easily negotiated over at a round table? I think it's becoming, how do I put it? It's becoming somewhat like a weapon. I think the NLC have decided to weaponize industrial actions as a means to achieve whatever aims they feel they have to achieve. But there is an extent to which such things can be done. If there is legitimate agitation, of course, the nation, the citizens would empathize and participate in whatever action that the NLC decides to, embark on. But in recent times, this year alone, most of the strike actions have not been fully complied with, and that is why they have resorted to targeting very sensitive components of both the national economic infrastructure and our security infrastructure. With regards to the national grid, having to, and target our airports as well. I mean, it's not something I would encourage them to keep doing, if I must say.
Yeah, because looking at it, if I had reports of a lot of security breach, especially when this power outage, the whole nation. Going through the National Security Blueprint Action Plan, yes. Notice that electricity and light is very, very essential, because there are some things that must not go off. Now, when these things are tampered with, it affects the programming of everything. But let's look at the hospitals, for instance. In this last one, some hospitals were prevented from operating, especially the government hospitals. Don't you think these are essential services?
Yes.
Shouldn't they have work?
Yes, they are not just essential, they are very sensitive services. And I don't think that any how do I put it, any humane Congress or Association of Labor would want to go as far as targeting such sensitive institutions of the nation, hospitals, airports. These are critical nerve centers of different components of the economy. And then going as far as targeting them it has moved away from agitation. I think I can say that it has turned to a very soft non-state actors trying to target some of these critical components and nerve centers of the economy. For goodness sake, what has a government hospital, an institution or institutions for health and for saving of lives got to do with your agitation with government or against the government? There are other means to drive home your point as against having to go and picket and blockade some of these institutions without caring what could be the fallout or what could be the outcome. One thing I believe is that when an organization goes too far and they don't look at possible fallouts, what I believe is that if any legal action is taken against them, I know that it would go a long way in trying, in curbing some of these excesses. I call them excesses. They are absolutely unnecessary, absolutely excessive.
Yeah, talking about legal actions. I remember was it last year when the ASU went on strike for 8 months and the federal government got the National Industrial Court that ruled that, look, they are not supposed to, and also and their salaries will not be paid, even though the current president has decided to say, though, they will pay a salary. Some say that is even empowering them to go ahead and do more. Is there a way this can be managed better, both from the labor and from the government? Because the citizens are suffering it.
Definitely. I think that if we critically examine the reasons for the agitation, improved workers' welfare, improved synergy between government and labor, and the rest of it, I believe that once there is a round table for negotiation, it should not be disdained, as has been the case for labor. There were some 2 strikes ago. Immediately the Asiwaju government came in, labor decided to quickly embark on a strike. And sometimes it still begs the question, of what essence is this industrial action?
They wanted to meet the president.
Of course, and yes, they wanted to meet the president, and they eventually did get to meet him. But at the end of the day, what has been, they are still doing the same thing. It will get to a point when the citizens definitely would find out, would discover by themselves that these industrial actions are not in any way even furthering the cause for improved welfare, because you keep workers at home, and government will tell them, sorry, according to the ruling of the National Industrial Court, there is a judicial precedence, there is a no work, no pay policy. So if you sit at home, you're not going to get paid. So at the end of the day, citizens and workers will have to sit down and ask themselves that, what exactly are the executives of these congresses, of these trade unions, actually looking for? Are they really looking out for our welfare, or is there something else at play? Because it's beginning to look like, no, it's not, we're not even agitating about the welfare of workers and all of that, because everything government has been doing, making effort to make sure that there is improvement in the welfare of workers. And then you still want to keep on embarking on strikes for any flimsy reason. So
maybe they think what government is doing is not enough, it's not good enough.
It has to be incremental. That is the thing. I believe in incremental improvement. You look at the economy, the state of the economy, you look at our revenue, you look at expenditure. In what way can we incrementally improve the welfare? We have looked at the announcement of the subsidy removal and the subsequent savings government has made and the improved allocations to the state governors. Why don't you meet and engage with the state governors regarding the welfare of the workers in these states?
Because
it doesn't have to be the federal government all the time.
They do about federal government, what about state government?
That is the thing.
But that really is one of the things that beg for, I don't know, answers in all these things, because when you strike, it's a national strike, and the state governors are just free, and You only engage with
the reason they went on strike for the last strike, just this last week,
Yeah.
of course, while they were striking, we saw the governor rejoicing over his victory.
And
So who you are striking for is not perturbed. He's not flinching. He doesn't see any reason why and he's celebrating his victory. And then you decide to shut down the entire nation because of one state, because of your agitation against a governor. Why don't you go to that state and picket the state as against shutting down the entire nation?
Yeah, because our concern basically is this issue of lights, electricity being shut down, hospitals being locked, and people will not fly. There are some people who had emergencies for medical reasons to travel outside.
And we know the cost of diesel and all of that, how it is. So a lot of hospitals don't even have the resources to fund that particular expenditure, especially for backup energy supply. So, I mean, I think they should consider these things and stop targeting these.
And you think as we go into the year 2024, there could be a way to handle these things better?
I believe so. I believe so. I think government needs to pay more attention to what these trade unions are doing and look for, more effective ways of engaging them, and then also looking for a way to legally curb some of these excesses. It doesn't make sense anymore.
In this last strike, we didn't even see the presence of the ministers of labor at all. We didn't even get to hear about them.
Nothing. We just went on strike, and that was just it.
All right. Yeah, we're getting signal to end the program, really. I must say thank you for coming again.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
We'll be looking at something very, very important that also affects national security. Maybe by next week, we'll hope to call on you again. Thank you so much.
Sir. Thank you very much.
Yes,
sir.
if you are joining us, sadly, this is the end of the program for today. But if you've enjoyed watching it, please join us again next week. And do follow us on our social media platforms. Send your views and your questions. Let us get the response to you. Or your views on what we have just discussed or the reports carried on the program today. Let us look into it. Until we come away again next week, I say thanks for staying tuned and bye for now.